Hello, and on behalf of the Mindalia.com team, welcome. Today, Rosario Urrutia is joining us to tell us about the magic language of color. Let's talk about Rosario. Rosario Urrutia has worked with dowsing for 30 years, and she loves working with symbolic languages such as colors, numbers, or music. So now let's not delay this any further, and let's say welcome to Rosario. Hello, Rosario. How are you?
Hello, Dalai. Well, I'm very happy to be here, and I am very happy also to be giving a conference in English. It's not my language, but I feel very comfortable with you, with the people that I know is here, and with the opportunity to communicate to other people about these so interesting topics.
Thank you very, very, very much. Rosario is not our language because I am not English as you, but we are trying to do it our best, and this is working perfectly. So, whenever you want, you can start, okay?
Yes. Talking about color is so big that I have to start little by little explaining about colors. And I want to go today to think about children. How can we teach children to select a color and to start knowing about their emotions, to know about choosing, for example, a glass, to know what's happening to them if they selected this color, for example. I would say I would teach them to understand what could be happening to them. I have worked with many children, and the majority of them select purple. And when they go and want to buy an ice cream, they say, I want the purple one. And when they go to the store to buy a new shirt or a new blouse, they want purple. And I laugh because I know what purple is. Purple is made of red and blue. Red means the mother and blue means the father. And when we mix those colors, we obtain purple. And purple means I am sad because there's something happening to my mother and my father. Or it could be also because of the red and the blue, I have anger, the red, that I cannot communicate, the blue. So if we start teaching them, for example, to select one colored glass every day, and to start figuring out what must be happening inside them, that will be a great idea and a great help to them to, since they are little, start dealing with their emotions and not having to have so many problems when they get to adulthood. So, for example, this color, this is the color that we select when we are living a grief, when we are very sad, or when we are depressed. It is very hard to think that a boy or a girl could be depressed and could select this because they feel like that. But yes, this is the color when we are very sad, when we are depressed, when we are very negative and we don't see the positive things in life, and also when we have been separated from someone we love, or when we have been separated from a house, from a country, from a loved one, when somebody died. This is the color that helps to change those sad emotions, those griefs, and allows us and allows the kids to become happier. Why? Because the color is removing from them a piece of energy that is maybe in front of their eyes, in front of their chest, in front of the head. But that amount of energy that occupies a space is blocking some area of their body. And not only they feel sad, but they also can feel a pain in the chest or feel a pain in the throat, or maybe they can have a headache and we don't know why. And it's because the feelings are energy, and they occupy a space in our aura. That means that if we remove with color that energy, we allow the kid to function better, to be able to liberate that energy, that sadness. For example, it is normal that if we are sad, we should cry. We should allow ourselves to remove that sadness, to let it go. And what is the main way that the body and the soul have to remove that sadness? Through the tears, through crying, through talking, through telling the other person what's happening to me and showing my sadness. But society has taught us to hide that sadness and not to express it. And that is something very sad, because makes a blockage to many people, many kids. Now I'm talking about kids. And so we as parents also have to learn that they have the right to express their sadness, that they have the right to cry, to talk about the theme, what's happening to them. So this is the purple color that has to do with father and mother. And usually there is sadness related to father and mother. The kid feels that there's something happening to them, even that they don't talk about that. So this is the purple. I will go to the yellow. The yellow glass. I love to have colored glasses in my house, and I love to ask my grandchildren when they feel bad, they call me and said me, listen.
Rosario, I'm so sorry because I have to interrupt you, but I
Yes.
just want to ask, do you have all the colors in your house? Because that's a bit difficult if you have glasses from all the colors. Is this possible?
Well, I have 7 colors. And for example, there are supermarkets that sell the box with the 7 or 8 or 9 colors. Yes, and they are beautiful, because if you have them at your house, it's like if you have some kind of medicine with you. And imagine that you take your kids, they say, oh, it hurts my throat today. And you take them and go to the kitchen, and you tell them, what color would you prefer today for your best good? And the kids say, that one. And if you know what means this, you can explain your kid what must be happening to you. For example, if the kid selected yellow and you say, okay, listen, yellow means that you are afraid of something or worried, because worry is fear. If you feel fear, or do you feel you are angry to someone, but you repress the anger, you have the anger inside and you didn't say anything, you explain to the kid. Or the yellow could be that you are not happy, you feel sad and you don't feel that happiness in your inside. Or also you could say yellow means that you have a mental confusion. Maybe you have too many homework from school, or maybe you didn't understand something that the teacher explained to you today. And so you start telling the kid 5 main things about each color. And the kid will say, oh yes, I am angry because yesterday I wanted to play more time and I couldn't because I had so many homework. Okay, so this color, if you put your lemonade or your water in this glass and you take from this, the color, the energy of the color will pass through the glass to the water, and you will be drinking water or lemonade or milk with the vibration of the color. And that will help the kid to remove the energy that is in the throat, on the throat, and the pain will go. It's like magic.
Thank you
Yes.
very much for your answer. But I've got one more question, because I think there are more than 9 colors. And
Oh, yes.
do all of them have a meaning? Does every color have a meaning?
Yes. But for example, if I have the green here, this is like another type of green, different from the one you have with you. But for example, green, if the kid comes and selects the green, and I will say, okay, you have a problem with jealously. Are you feeling jealous? What is jealous? Maybe he will ask me, and you have to explain. Sometimes you can feel that your mother or your father pay more attention to your little brother or to the baby sister, and you feel something inside that you don't like. So you start explaining the kids about the feelings. Then you say, for example, green means that you feel with no freedom, that you feel that everybody is controlling you, that you are not free, that you feel like a slave. I am going to explain to you what is a slave. So you start explaining the kid what's a slave, what means to feel free, uh, what things he can do, what things he cannot do, but what can I do as a mother to help him and to help through the color. Sometimes I would say also the green means that I have closed my heart. I have closed the energy of my heart because sometime in the past I felt hurt and I don't want to feel that again. So I close my heart. For example, the father left the house and he went away, and that kid felt the pain, but he doesn't feel that again. And unconsciously, he closed the energy. And this helps to open the energy again, because you cannot live with the energy closed, because otherwise it will really affect in a physical way your heart. Um, what else is the green? The green is a problem related with space. For example, if the kid is in a room where he is sleeping with the brother and the brother has a lot of toys and the mother is placing her boxes in the room and they have no space to play or no space to make their homework, or that is a problem related with space. I need space. Please move all these things away. A problem related with space. When a kid has so many homework to do, he has a problem with space because he doesn't have time for him or for her. And that's a problem, that's a green problem too. Many kids in this time that they have to work through Zoom with the teachers and with the different schools, they do have a problem with space. They need green, they need nature. Green is nature, is freedom, is space. And they feel without space because they have to be doing all the things that school demands from them, but also they had to stay home for so many hours that they didn't before. So that's difficult for them, very difficult. So the green will help them to breathe better, because when you don't have space and when you are very stressed because you don't have time for you and you have so many work to do and you don't have time even to breathe, you start having problems with your breathing and you start making like this because you need to have a space to breathe, and that's a green problem too. So it will be nice to explain to them what's happening. If they come and say to me, oh, I want the blue glass. Many kids now know that blue is the father. And I said, okay, remember that blue is the father, or it could be your brother or somebody male. A blue can also mean that you don't feel peace. You feel very stressed and you need to be calm. You need quietness, you need more equilibrium, you need peace. Yeah. Also, the blue means that you cannot express through your throat what you want to say, that you are blocked here, you don't feel secure to express, you don't feel confident enough to say what you think. And this is a blockage, a blue blockage here. And if he starts taking his water or their lemonade, their milk, I say, the pain will go and they will have a more capacity to express what they want to say, even when they are at school and they have to give a conference or they have to speak in public, they will be more able to do it with blue. That's blue. Okay,
But I guess you've got
glasses
more
here.
colors. I guess you have more.
I have the red and the orange. I have the six main colors, because if you see, this is red, but I could also interpret if somebody selects a fuchsia color or a pink color, the pink and the fuchsia is here in the red. So if a girl selects the red or a boy, it means that they have some issue related to their mother or their grandmother or their aunt or the sister or somebody female. And the red also means I am very, very angry. I am very resented. I am very hurt. And also the red means a survival issue. For example, if the boys or the girls notice that their father is without work and that he's talking all the time with the mother about that there's no money, there's no work, what I'm gonna do, I am worried, etc., they will need a red because they have a survival issue. Yeah, and they have fear. They feel fear to life. They don't feel confidence to life because they are listening news, they are listening things that scare them. And so they have a survival issue with the red. Yeah. Well, what else? The red is also violence. When some kid is living violence at home, and the violence is not only physical, it can be emotional. And sometimes, even if you see somebody with violence, the energy is a violent energy. And the red helps them to remove that violence that they also can have inside and feel better.
Rosario, if
Okay?
you agree, before continuing with more colors, I want to ask you, all those meanings for kids are the same for adults?
Yes, of course. Remember that the language of color is the same for all people. I have worked a lot with other videos with my cards explaining all the combinations of colors for adults, and also give courses for learning the language of color to help people with all the emotional areas. But I like to work in this case with glasses for kids because it's a very easy therapy and it's very, very successful. Yes. And but this is the same as for adults. The only thing that I am doing now is that I am presenting the colors in a very simple way so that parents can know how to help their kids, especially in these times that we are living, that it's very easy to have a set of colored glasses at home. And this is an option. And they have to trust what the kids select, because that selection is made from the unconscious part of everybody. That means that if you go to the kitchen and you say, I need something, I will select, I don't know what's happening to me in this moment, but I feel I want the green, and you get the green. After you have selected the green, you analyze. Okay, the green could be this or that. And then you have the answer. And then you can say, oh, yes, I am very angry because this and this happened to me yesterday or today. And that is a very helpful aid for kids, because I am worried about kids, especially in this time we have lived during all this year, because sometimes when you are inside a house or inside a space and you are limited to go out, many people have gotten more attitudes of violence, of anger, being angry, speaking loud, and that affects any kid. So that's why I am today referring to kids, because my intention is that parents could start working with color at their homes with them and helping them, because kids don't know what is happening to them, what are they really feeling. If adults don't know, it's the same with kids. And if we start learning them since they are little, it will be very good for them in the future.
Rosario, now that you are talking about all this difficult situation we are living in the last months, I've got another question. Is it maybe helping us now that we have to stay at home to change or redecorate our houses more colorful or with some colors in particular?
Of course. You know what? The best thing to do is to respect and ask your children, what color would you like to paint in your room, for example? And if they say red, don't get scared. Paint the room red, because they are needing red for some reason that is exactly corresponds to their feeling. If the children says, I want my room yellow, or I want this wall yellow, this other one green, and this other one blue, do it. Because of course that will help. Because if the mother decorates the house just thinking on what she likes, she will place the colors that she is needing, but she will not place the colors that the kids are needing. That's why it's very important to let everybody select their own color, their own decoration. Everybody is different, and everybody will select exactly what they need to equilibrate their aura, their energy. If, for example, there's a kid that has a lot of fear, he will ask probably to have maybe one wall orange and the other one yellow. And we have to respect that, because that will help him. I have one more, and this is the orange. And the orange is used for shocks. Every time we have an accident, a physical accident or an emotional accident or an abuse of any kind, we need orange. Orange helps to repair all the aura from all the cracks and all the things that can happen when we have a very difficult emotional moment. And orange helps also when we have an operation, a surgical operation at the hospital. Orange helps to repair the aura, because the aura gets broken when we have an intervention. Orange also helps with deep fears, and also deep anger, also guiltiness. Sometimes kids make things that we parents make them feel guilty, and orange and yellow work that. This is also for guilty feelings, but orange also because yellow is inside the orange, because it's a mix of red and yellow, orange. Okay, so do you have another question?
Of course, I've got a lot, and if you agree, I can start with the ones of the people watching us. What do you think about that?
Yes, perfect. Let's do it.
Okay, let's do it then. We've got one from Carolina. She is in Spain, and she says, which colors do you think are the best for a kid bedroom? Don't matter if they are boys or girls.
Well, every kid is different because every kid has different blockages, different experiences, but I am going to work with energy. I'm going to ask for that kid that Carolina is thinking to paint the bedroom, the color, the best color is red, no, orange, no, yellow, yes. It's a yellow color. For the kid you are thinking, Carolina, use a yellow color. that means that this kid is feeling fear and needs yellow to start removing the energy of fear that he has on his aura. Okay? Okay.
Thank you very much. So, Carolina, yellow. You need yellow. Let's continue with another question from Matilde Flor, and she lives in Madrid, in Spain. Me llamo. Okay, I'm reading it in Spanish, and after that, I'm translating it to English, okay? Me llamo Jessie y soy de Ecuador. Estoy usando una camiseta blanca con estampado. And she is asking now in English, the question is, I would love to know the color of my aura.
The color of the aura changes, Jessie. In this moment, when you have a white blouse with some design on it, that means that you have to heal tears that you have not been expressed. That's the white. The white means that when you clear out all those tears, you will feel better and you will feel life more clean because that's the positive that the white gives. Clean, but also bright, also light. But the main thing is that when we select our clothing, we don't select in a positive way. We select what we need to heal us. That's unconscious. Maybe you take a white blouse first, then you try a red one, then you say, no, I don't like this, I will try the blue one. But finally, you took the white one. And that means that you need to cry. You need to remove all that sadness, all that suffering, all those tears that are inside you. And if I ask, which is the exact age for you when you have to go to search for what happened, it's a 0 to 5, 6 years. It's a 7-year-old girl that needed to cry and didn't do it. So the white helps you in this moment. I will select a white, a transparent glass, but knowing that it means white, to help me to cry and to be conscious on what happened to me that hurt me so much. And I have been carrying with all these tears during all this time. And until now, I am making conscious of that.
Rosario, let's continue with more questions. We've got another one in Spanish, but coming from the United States. So I'm reading it again in Spanish and I'm translating it to English. ¿Por qué siempre me da por comprar ropa negra o blanca? Mi casa está pintada de gris. So Gina Cuadra is saying, why do I always buy black and white clothes? In my house, all the walls are painted in grey.
What's the name of her?
Gina Cuadra.
Gina. Okay, Gina. If you're using white, black, or gray, that is a grief. That is, but if I ask if it's in this life of you, it says no. It's an ancestor's situation of many, many dead people in the family. And it says the energy, yes. That means that you need to heal all those griefs of your ancestors, because that energy of pain, of sadness have been coming through generations until you, and possibly is you the person that will finally heal this energy, this sad energy that is being reflected by the way you use the colors.
Let's continue with another question from Auden. She says, "Hi Rosario, my name is Aura. Can you please tell me what color do I have to use, because I am feeling very insecure about myself and my body. I have vitiligo." I don't know how to say vitiligo in English, or if it says vitiligo, I don't know, but it's like a skill illness, isn't it?
Yes, okay. Aura, I know when we are treating a person every 2 weeks, or sometimes every day you change color. But if I ask for a common color that you could use, for example, for 3 months, I will ask red, no, orange, yes. Orange means there is a trauma. There has been abuses, traumas, pain, violence also, the red. In your family of this life, possibly, but it doesn't come from this life. This information of the vitiligo comes from past life information, yes. I will ask you to use the orange, but to do past life regression therapy, so that you can go to the origin of your illness, to see what happened related with violence, with abuses, with all these things that just appeared.
BB Goldblum from YouTube says, "I'm always fighting with my mom and my sister. Which color could help me to stop this situation?"
Okay, I will ask Bibi. If I go to the logical part, I would say red, but colors are not logical and energy is not logical. I have to select with your energy what color you need for your best good, and it's not red, it's orange, no. It's yellow, yes. Yellow means repressed anger that comes from past life experiences. Since you entered this life with your mom and your sister, you already came angry, and they also. Something happened in past life experiences that makes you reunite again in this life, to get together, to learn how to love each other. But you still are angry, and you have your differences, but you fight. And I will ask you to use the yellow, because yellow helps to remove repressed anger. But I will ask you too to make a past life regression therapy to find out what happened with you. What did you do to them, or them to you, or whatever, to do like peace with the souls of them. Okay?
Scarlett from Australia is asking for more information. She says, "Could you talk us about the meaning one more time, please, from white or black?"
Oh, yes. White means tears. White means suffering, tears, a moment when life became for me in white, without colors. That means white. And when I use white. I don't use white because I say, oh, because it's a pure color, it's light. It's no. If I use white, even if I put this blouse today because I wanted to talk about colors and I wanted a neutral color, there's something that I have to search about the white that I am using, because white always means tears, suffering, or something that makes you very sad. About black, black is means an emptiness feeling, when you feel empty, when you don't know which is your mission, where is your way, where to go, where to move. Black is grief. It's associated with the violet, with the purple. Black is a grief, is somebody die, or many people die, and I have that pain in myself. That is the meaning of black. And white and gray is more or less a combination of both, because in gray you already put some kind of light in the black. That means you are already working with the black. Okay.
We've got a very interesting question from for the time we are leaving. Julissa Cordova Roman from YouTube says, which color could help us to improve our health right now?
Okay, Julissa, I will check for you, because you are different from me, from everybody. And for you, the best color for improving your health is red, no. Orange, yes. That means you are in a shock. And what's a shock? When I try to explain to people, a shock is when your aura became like stagnated because of that difficult moment that the person is living. It's like it doesn't move anymore. It's like that. And when we remove the shock, the aura starts again flowing. The energy starts flowing. So in your case, you are in a shock. Remember that when a person dies, we first enter a shock. That's part of the process. First, we enter the shock. And there is people that in all this time that we have lived during this year cannot even enter in the shock because they didn't have time to do it, because they just allowed 5 people to accompany the person that was died. And that's a shock, because we didn't have time to process the grief. Okay, I will say you use please orange for 2 months, more or less.
Okay, Rosario, we've got time enough for 2 questions more.
Okay.
Sara Luque from YouTube says, can we use plastic cups, or do they have to be crystal glasses? I mean, does the material of the object matter?
Well, the important thing is that light goes through the glass or through the acrylic, but not when it's opaco. It has to be transparent. How do you say opaco?
I don't know. I'm trying to
Okay.
find the word, but I don't know right now.
What I mean is light has to go through the color, to the water. That's the important thing. It could be glass or it could be acrylic. Okay. Also, there's another way to do it. Pardon me. Also, you can use a stone, for example, an amethyst that is purple. You can put it inside a bottle, and the energy of the amethyst and the color of the energy is going to pass through the water also.
I was looking for the translation of opaco, and I found opaque glass. I don't know, opaque. Maybe that's the word in English. Okay, Rosario, so 1 question more. Silvia Escalante. And what about our clothes? Does it also define our state of mind?
Of course. Whatever you select every day is because you need that color in that area of your body. For example, if you prefer to use a pair of glasses, of eyeglasses that have the frame red, that means something. But if you wear that day a red sweater or an orange sweater, or you select a red pair of shoes or a blue pair of shoes, that means something. And we could analyze everything, because the shoes means how you are walking in life, how you are connected to earth. But the eyeglasses means how you are looking at life. If you like what you see, or if you don't like what you see. So you can analyze every part of you, every accessory, every shirt, skirt, everything. Yeah, it's incredible how exact our unconscious part works.
Thank you very, very much, Rosario, for accompanying us today. We have tried to do our best in English, and I hope all this information has been useful for all of you. Rosario, thank you very much, and please come back.
Thank you, Dalai, for your company. Thank you to Mindalia, and for everybody that is here in this appointment with life. Thank you for wanting to learn, and for me too. I want to learn from you too, and I learned a lot. So thank you again.
I want you to go very, very happy today, Rosario. So I'm just telling you, there's a lot of people joining us from different countries like Spain, Mexico, Argentina, Colombia, Australia, the United States, or the United Kingdom. So one more time, thank you. And now, before leaving, I just want to remind you that Mindalia.com is a non-profit organization. I would like to tell you that you can join us through YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, Periscope, VK, and Vaun Live. Of course, we also want you to know that you can enjoy all our content in Mindalia Radio, 24 hours of conscious content, and you can find this in our website www.mindaliaradio.com. Before saying goodbye, I just want to remind you that you can collaborate with us by liking our content, leaving us a positive comment, subscribing to our channel or different platforms, and of course sharing this video with someone else. You can also donate through our link that you can find in our website www.mindalia.com. By doing so, you help us to keep creating more content like the one you have enjoyed with us today. Thank you very, very much. Having said that and feeling really grateful, I am ready to say goodbye for now, just for now, and until the next Mindalia live streaming. Thank you very much, and see you very, very soon.